Hey Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now. I have a very fun video, a very important video for you guys coming up today. It is my 5-step plan for the Eagles this offseason. There's a lot of things the Eagles can do. I'm going to simplify it, 5 simple steps to go ahead and show you exactly what I would do if I was the Eagles GM in order to make Philadelphia from a fringe playoff team, I mean getting in this year, but then getting smoked, to a competitive playoff team in 2022. So, our offseason outlook. Here's what we're dealing with. Here's what we're working with as it currently stands. Philadelphia, according to Over the Cap, will have about $14 million in cap space. Now, that's something we're going to talk about. Cap space can be fluid. Cap space can move. It's right now at $14 million. You can do a couple of little things and burst that up to $30 million very, very quickly. Plenty of money to spend in free agency. Also, of course, Philadelphia, as we all know, has 3 first-round draft picks, 15, 16, and 19. Will they trade them? Will they use all 3 of them? Will they use 2 of the 3? Who knows? We'll talk about what I would do with those coming up here in just a couple of minutes. And this, of course, all falls on the person actually in charge of Philadelphia this offseason, Howie Roseman. So we're putting myself in Howie Roseman's shoes and showing you my 5-step plan to go ahead and fix Philly. And I'm telling you, this is foolproof. This would make the Eagles a 10 to 13 win football team. Just like that. I'm telling you, like, this is not rocket science. It's very simple. I'll break it down for you guys here. And I think that my 5-step offseason plan is exactly what Philadelphia should do. And I think there's a good chance that they're going to do exactly what I'm saying here. I mean, again, this is not, take a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon to figure out what the Eagles should go ahead and do. My 5-step plan is perfect, and we'll jump into that here in just 1 second. First, it is officially the offseason. I know you guys love the offseason news, the rumors, and stuff like this. If you guys like these kind of videos, you like the offseason, you're pumped for what is coming up, drop a like down below. We've never got 1,000 likes. The bosses keep telling me, you've never got 1,000 likes on your channel, Thomas. Give this video a thumbs up. Let's prove them wrong. Let's get to 1,000 likes. If you like the video, just go down below, click the little like button. Help us get to 1,000 if you are excited for the offseason. All right, so step 1. We're going to go ahead and free up more cap space. As I mentioned earlier, $14 million is not a hard number. It can change. It can be fluid. And there are 3 moves that I would do inside of step number 1 to go ahead and free up more cap space. The first of which is to re-sign/restructure Darius Slay's deal. Now, he has 2 years left on his deal, 2022 and 2023, but he's essentially going to be looking for an extension this offseason, and he played like he deserves one. And so I would go ahead and offer him a new deal. It's going to look like a lot of money, but you're going to push it all out, and so it's going to be like a 3 or 4 year deal that spreads out the money, that leaves you a little bit of cap space and frees up an additional, my estimation is like $4 to $7 million, but obviously depending on what they pay him, that will be determined. But that would be a first move. You restructure the contract of Darius Slay and go ahead and get more cap space that way. Next, I would go ahead and hope that Brandon Brooks is going to retire. Not really like a plan, but I think I expect Brandon Brooks to go ahead and retire. If he retires, Philadelphia is going to have a ton more cap space, up to $20 extra million based on the final 2 years of his deal. It's more like 13, but can be up to 20. The retirement stuff is weird, but essentially if he retires, you save a lot more money that way as well. So I'd go ahead and not encourage it. I don't know what you want to say here, but I think he's going to retire, and I think that I'd go ahead and let him go ahead and, I said go ahead a lot, but let him go off into the sunset and retire an Eagle. Finally, I go ahead and trade Andre Dillard. I think that Dillard has proven to be a starting left tackle in this league. There are a lot of teams that need left tackles, get more draft picks, and get rid of his rookie contract, which is kind of expensive, a couple $1 million the next couple of years because he was a first-round draft pick. You have Jordan Mailata. You don't really need Andre Dillard. Now, depth is important, but you can't just have a first-round draft pick as a backup the entire time that he's in Philadelphia. Like, he's going to want out. I think the Eagles should go ahead and trade Andre Dillard because, to me, the offensive line, especially when Isaac Seumalo comes back, especially if Jason Kelce comes back, it's going to be just fine regardless of having Dillard or regardless of Brandon Brooks being there in general. So there's my first step. First step is to free up more cap space, which we will use here in just a couple of minutes, as you will see. All right, ad break, pin comment down below. Go and answer this question. The first offseason move you would make if you were the Eagles GM. If you were Howie Roseman, what would be the first thing you would do? Let me know down below right now. And of course, before we keep going, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Plenty of great content. We say it every single day. I mean, we literally hammer this thing home, but we want to make sure you guys are involved with the channel. So go down below and hit that red subscribe button. We have plenty of great content, not just tomorrow with a mailbag video or Saturday, whenever it is, or of course, later on this week, this month, this year, plenty of great Eagles content. So go down below and hit that subscribe button, maybe notification bell as well. You will not be disappointed. I'm telling you, we are your one-stop shop for everything Eagles, and a nice, short, condensed 10-minute form gets you in, gets you out, gets you, of course, up to date with your beloved Eagles. All right, step 2, this is universally loved by everyone in Philadelphia. I would trade for Calvin Ridley. Now, I would do that before signing a free agent wide receiver because I think Ridley's services are much needed, and honestly, I don't think he's going to cost that much. Like, I think you could totally get Calvin Ridley for the mock trade seen on your screen right now. You get Ridley in exchange for a 2022 third-round draft pick, or you go or a third-round draft pick and a 2022 sixth-round draft pick. I don't want to spend a second like to keep my second-round draft pick. I think Ridley is going to go ahead and be worth probably a third and an additional later-round pick. That's totally fine. Like, he has proven to be a number one wide receiver when he wants to be, and I think he didn't want to be in Atlanta this year, hence him going ahead and essentially sitting out the entire season, working on himself, figuring out his own mental health issues. Ridley would instantly make this receiving room better, and you've got to go ahead and emphasize getting more targets, not only around not only around Jalen Hurts, but alongside DeVonta Smith as well. All right, before we go get into step number 3, which is the most exciting step, in my opinion, there is an insane deal right now on some classic Eagles polos that are 25% off. It's a 2-pack, black and a green one. You see on your screen right now, DraftSports.com/Eagles polo. Very simple, the link that you need. It's below me. It's in the description box. It's very easy to go and get to. Pick up this pack for summer. These are sweet. I might grab this as well. Like, you get the classic logo, you know, the Kelly green, the black. It's a 2-pack. These are usually like $70, but they're 25% off right now. Again, whenever you go and use our link, DraftSports.com/Eagles combo. All right, step 3. Yes, I just traded for Calvin Ridley. I'm adding another receiver. I'm going into the free agent market and adding one of the top guys there. We freed up cap space. We can afford to go ahead and do this. Now, you'll see in my free agent targets, Davante Adams is not on there. You can't afford Davante Adams. And I don't think Adams was going to go to Philadelphia anyway, so I left him off the screen. These 5, though, very much in play. Allen Robinson, I don't know if I love him as much as some other Eagle fans, but I think he is in desperate need of a fun offense to be in. I think Philadelphia equates as that. Godwin on a 1-year prove-it deal. Smith-Schuster on a 1-year prove-it deal. My favorite is Mike Williams. I think you need a big target on the outside because Ridley and Smith are kind of smaller, more speedy, elusive guys. Byron Pringle as well, I've talked about in the past. He's a lot cheaper. He's very small. He's like Tyreek Hill light, right? He's not Tyreek Hill, but he's in the same mold as Tyreek Hill. Any one of those 5, I don't care who it is, pick one of the 5. That's step number 3, because imagine the Eagles' current wide receiver depth chart as seen on your screen, just with 2 other 1s, right? So you have 3 1s, technically. I mean, I think Mike Williams is a 1. I think Calvin Ridley is a 1. I think DeVonta Smith's a 1. 3 1s on there for Jalen Hurts to go buck wild. I mean, throw to whoever you want. Can you imagine all of those guys in one place? I'm going to trade and sign wide receivers instead of getting one in the draft. Now, out of the 5 free agent wide receivers, which one do you guys want the most? I think Mike Williams or Chris Godwin are my 2 picks. Give me yours down below right now in the comments section. Any of the 5. Now, if you want to stay Davante Adams, fine, but the odds of Davante Adams coming to Philadelphia are low, hence why, again, I left him out. All right, number 3, we're moving forward in our 5-step offseason plan. We've got the NFL draft, April 28th, in, I think it's still in Las Vegas, right? My hometown, born in Las Vegas. I would draft 3 first-rounders. I'd spend all 3 first-round draft picks on defenders, like 100%. And I just looked around at some of the mock drafts and looked around at what some of the, experts out there have Philadelphia doing. Like who would hate this as your 3 picks? Devin Lloyd out of Utah. Probably the best linebacker in the draft. They say he's Fred Warner. Nakobe Dean already off the board, right? So you go with Devin Lloyd. Then you go with George Karlaftis, the Purdue defensive end. Some consider him a top 10 draft pick. Some say he's going to be a top 20 draft pick. You need a pass rusher. You get one of the top 4 in the draft there with Karlaftis. And then you get the best cornerback available at number 19 overall. Right? In this draft, it was Andre Booth out of Clemson. Whether that's going to be the other guy out of Cincy, Sauce Johnson, I think is his name. I forget his last name. Either way, get a cornerback, and then you have all 3 levels covered because you need a corner opposite of Slay. You definitely need a middle linebacker, and you need another pass rusher. Even though Brandon Graham is going to expect to come back and be healthy next year, you still need some help rushing the passer. Again, this to me so far is an incredible 5-step offseason plan. Like who would hate on this right now? I mean, you're getting your three defenders, you're getting free agent wide receivers, and you're freeing up cap space all in the same offseason. Now, who do you guys want the Eagles to draft? Do you have a favorite player? I know Nakobe Dean and Devin Lloyd are our 2 favorites right now. Let me know who it is for you guys down below right now in the comment section. I'm very much in on Devin Lloyd. I'm a Devin Lloyd purist, as they say here on the channels. We'll talk about a lot in the future. All right, final step. This one is going to be kind of a all-encompassing step. Throw your completed support behind Jalen Hurts. I know they did it the other day. If you're watching the press conference, we did a video on it yesterday upon filming this. And they, in the press conference, Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni seemed very, very much behind Jalen Hurts. So essentially what I'm saying is don't change that. Keep that the same. I mean, literally keep that energy the entire offseason. Never, ever, ever put in doubt the idea that Jalen Hurts is going to be your starter. You build around him. You give him everything that he needs, OTAs, private workouts. You need the private jet to go to Houston and work out with the receivers. Done. You know, like, do everything you can to help out Jalen Hurts. That, to me, is step number 5. So, here we go. Let's run back through it. It's very simple. Like, this is a very simple plan. Now, there'll be other things that they'll do. They'll sign some internal free agents, sign some lesser-known free agents, but it's at the surface, your 5-step plan is free up more cap space, trade for Calvin Ridley, add a free agent wide receiver, draft 3 first-round defenders. Now, let me just pause. I would consider trading one of those to get an additional one next year. Then you have 2 first-round defenders and then 2 seconds, but that's just me. Either way works. And then, of course, number 5, throw your complete support behind Jalen Hurts. That, to me, is a perfect Eagles offseason plan. What do you think? Grade it. Like, seriously, give me your grade for my 5-step plan. A, B, C, D, or F. This is an A+. Like, in my opinion, now I'm a little biased. This channel I run, this is my plan here. I think this is my perfect 5-step plan. Give me your grade down below right now in the comments section. All right, there you go. In less than 10 minutes, I have the Eagles as a 12-win team next year. I mean, done. I mean, signed, sealed, delivered. Easy. I wish it was that easy, and I hope that it is this easy this offseason. We'll cover it all here in the channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Give me a follow on Twitter. A bunch of you guys DM'd me on yesterday. I'm replying to DMs like crazy, at Real Thomas Mott. Give me a follow and ask me any question you could possibly want. Of course, plenty more videos coming up later on this week and later on this entire offseason. For the Eagles now, I'm Thomas Mott, signing off for the rest of your day.